Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. I am Jim Hacking. I am your host. This is episode number 255 of the Immigration Answer Show. I'm glad that everybody's here. Thank you all for joining us. I see we've got some people already in the waiting room, and I know that my friend Hoolie's monitoring the comments. If you haven't already, go ahead and say hello in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from, maybe why you care about the U.S. immigration process. If you feel like we've been able to help you over time, we'd love to hear that too. That always makes us happy when we think that people are learning from the show and from what we do here. So we really enjoy being immigration lawyers. We enjoy fighting for immigrants. We're on a mission to try to help 10,000 people become U.S. citizens by the end of 2030. We are looking to double in size in 2023. We're going to really ramp up our efforts next year. We're excited, and we're glad that you are all here with us. Our new website is coming on October 13th. That's going to be really exciting. We're excited about that. Let's go ahead and talk to Andre. Hi, Andre.
Morning, Jim.
Great. How are you doing?
Good. Well, good.
Good and bad.
We just submitted our I-601. It took about a year for the lawyer to process it and put it together.
Yeah, that's excessive? Okay. I think taking your time with a 601 is really important. What evidence were they trying to gather?
I'm sorry, pardon?
What took so long to get it together?
I'm not sure. He said at one point, he said he's working on his Ukrainian clients first. And
that's weird.
Then, yeah. And then there'd be months that we wouldn't hear from him. And then all of a sudden, the last couple of months before it was submitted, there was just a whole barrage of questions. And it seems like he didn't really work on it until the very last part. I mean, of course, we gave him all the documents, everything he requested pretty right away, immediate. But
what do you,
anyway, it took a year. We finally submitted it. My wife, she's the U.S. citizen. I'm calling from Canada. I'm the beneficiary, and she's a U.S. citizen. I got two twin girls, which are 10 years old. They're U.S. citizens. They're currently in California. She's the director of nursing for this Kings County Board of Health Department. She's
Seattle.
Pardon?
King County is Seattle?
No, in California, King County, California.
Okay.
And she wants to give up, and I don't blame her. I kind of want her back, reunify again. And she wants to quit her job and move back to Canada. Which, unless we can get it expedited. I know you're not a big fan of getting it expedited. It's very rare, apparently. But right now they just moved the waiting time to like 14 months.
Mm-hmm. So a couple of questions. What's the ground of inadmissibility? Is it overstay or something?
I overstayed my visa during COVID. I was in California when I was due to go back home. My wife goes, "You're not leaving." She was working like 17 hours, 14 hours a day, literally. Honest.
She's a nurse.
She says, "You're not leaving. We got two girls here. You got to watch the girls." So I just kind of said, "Okay, we'll stay." Now, our stupidity, there's so many things that we could have done, and I'm quite educated now about the whole process. There's so many things I could have done at the time. But anyway, I just stayed. We had the interview date pending. We said, "Okay, let's not rock the boat. We'll go to the interview in Montreal." And thinking they would just rubber stamp it. And of course, I've been with a 3-year bar for extending my visa. Because I was helping her.
You filed an I-130, but not a 485. You filed just the I-130.
Correct.
And then you're hanging out in America. You overstay your visa, and then they say, "Hey, it's time for your interview here in Montreal." And then you go, and they say, "Well, you overstayed your visa, and now you left, and now you're in Canada, so now you can't go back for 3 years."
Correct.
Oh, Jesus. I've only had one consult ever where that happened, and it was a 10-year bar, same sort of situation. But yeah, I mean, That
So now
sucks because
we're all our hopes are on getting it expedited, and the more I research it, the more it's like a hurdle that just can't be over. You can't jump over.
well, I think we need to back up a little bit. I mean, it's great that she's a nurse, and it certainly makes her more sympathetic. But what evidence did you submit that it's an exceptional hardship?
Well, we got a letter from the medical officer of health for the Kings County, and it's a
Mhm,
rural area, and there's positions there being unfilled because there's no one
mhm,
applying for the public health position. So, and then for her to leave, it'd leave a gaping hole in
mhm.
in the health department,
Yeah,
and
we had a
that's
case. We had a
kind of
case.
our
We had a
grounds
case.
that we're trying to shoot for to get it expedited. Um, it's and then there's the hardship, the psychological hardship, and all that stuff, which that's been documented as well. But our basis, the what I researched was basically based on that government standpoint as our strongest argument for getting it expedited.
So here's some interesting things. Number one is we had a very similar case. We got the 601 approved. It was a doctor, not a nurse, in a rural area before COVID. So I think that you have a good strong case there. Um, when was your embassy interview in Montreal?
It happened in November.
And
I
then
was
November of last year.
correct, 2021,
So then,
November 3rd.
so if I'm USCIS and I say, hey, you want us to expedite your waiver, but why did it take you 10 months to file it?
Exactly. That's exactly my concern, right? And
Yeah.
I told that to our lawyer. I said, listen, we need to get this going. And first of all, it's coming to a year end. And we really need to get this expedited because I don't think we're not going to survive separated this long.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
then
so here's what I would say, Andre. I'm very optimistic for the overall waiver, but I'm very pessimistic on the expedite. So I think it'll get approved, but I think it'll be like a year and a half from now.
so like you say, so so that's a whole life decision now. We got to sell the house,
Right.
move the kids over, sell the vehicles. I mean, this is a huge life-changing event.
Mm-hmm.
And which is just blows my mind. It just I don't know. Okay, I guess so. So you're thinking that because she's a nurse, she's the director of nursing, she's in a leadership role in the county. Um, um,
Yeah,
and
that's a
if the,
great way. That's a good waiver case. That's a good waiver case. The problem is it's at the bottom of a pile.
it's the bottom of the pile, and we sent a letter with the packet requesting expediting. Does that work at all, or does you
I
still
don't,
have to call the 800 number?
I don't
If
think
that,
it. Yeah, I don't think that doesn't constitute an expedite request if that's what you're asking. No, I don't think so.
okay.
But I don't believe in them anyway. So
Okay, so basically it's either Emma or the 800 number. Cross your fingers, and whatever happens there happens. And
yep.
how long would it take for us to get notified from the point of requesting? I heard 15 days. Is that realistic? Or
You mean to get your receipt notice?
yeah, saying that they looked at your expedite request.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know because I don't track them, but I think generally, yeah, 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay.
I'm not. If you watch the show, I'm not a big believer in getting members of Congress involved. But
We have
given
that.
your,
We have that on.
yeah,
We've already contacted them. The lawyers, the congressman's lawyer said we'll help you in any way that needs to be done.
yeah,
Um,
I think that's a good one. That this is the one time where that might help. But I mean, getting people at USCIS to even listen is really hard.
okay.
I'm gonna let you go, Andre. Good luck, my
Okay. Thank you
friend.
very much.
See you, buddy. That's a really tragic situation. If he had called an immigration lawyer before he left the United States, he could have just filed for a 485 and gotten a green card and never been separated for a single day. So that is unfortunate for old Andre. We wish him and his wife, the nurse, and the twin girls the best of luck. Let's say hi to Alejandra. Hi, Alejandra.
Hi, Jim. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good. I talked to you maybe a month ago. Maybe you won't remember me, but I was in a just of status. I just got my I-485 denied for a criminal case.
Mm-hmm.
But I already appeal. The appeal has like a month already,
Mm-hmm.
but I forget to ask you a couple questions about it because the same day that I get my denial of the 485, I receive my 130 approve.
Yep.
So my question will be, this one will help me with something because you suggest to me also file another 485. So
Yeah.
I'm working on it right now.
Good. What's the
So
what? So they're saying you're inadmissible because of the crime.
no, it's because we missed some documents that they were asking for. The
Oh.
court didn't want to give it to us at that time,
Oh,
but
right. I remember. Yep.
with
I
yeah
remember that.
with the appeal, we already sent everything. Um, so I'm waiting for some documents that I have to get for my probation officer.
Mm-hmm.
She will give it to me on October 5th because she gonna remove the other year of probation. So I want to
Oh,
make
good.
like a stronger case. That's
Great.
why I'm waiting to file the other one. So
Good.
the question will be if that one I Teddy approve um, will help me with something with the new case or
Well, I mean, you won't have to file another I-130. You just filed a new 45 based on that approved I-130, so you don't have to
oh,
reprove the marriage or anything. You just need to
good.
get, yeah, you can file the 45 and the 765 and the 131, but you don't need to do the I-130 stuff again.
Okay, good to know. Thank you. The second one is that also I know that I sent my renewal of the work permit on January, and I didn't know anything about the work permit. You say that I won't gonna get the work permit because it's already my 485 is expired. So
Yep.
any documents related won't I won't get the work permit.
Right.
But yesterday I get the work permit.
Ha. Yeah,
Yes, for like two
that
years.
figures.
Yes,
Yep.
for 2 years. Um, they denied my application on June. So my concern will be why I get the work permit 2 months after they denied.
I would, Alejandra, I would say this is a question you shouldn't ask. You should just do
Okay,
your thing.
all right, got it. Okay,
USCIS sent me a work card. Oh, okay. And I'm reapplying for my green card, so I thought it was fine.
okay, good, good to know.
All
So
right.
that will be all. Thank you.
Good luck, Alejandra. Let us know
All
how it
right,
goes,
bye
okay?
bye. Thanks.
Bye. All right. Let's say hi to Bobby Ann. Bobby Ann, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Sure. What's up?
Well, my question is, I just got here in the US and I have two kids back home, 14 and 5, and I want to do the A thing. I was wondering how long is the process and is it a good idea?
So when you say you just got here, what do you mean you got a green card or what happened?
No, I came here on a visa,
Okay. So when did you enter the United States?
and that would be in May.
And on a B1, B2?
Yeah.
When are you going to leave?
Well, that's the thing. I didn't plan to.
Okay. You mean okay. So you're supposed to leave by November of 2022, right?
Yes.
And you're asking me how can I bring my two children here when I'm going to be out of status in a month and a half?
Yes.
That's not going to work. If you apply for a visit visa, they're going to say, "Where's your mom?" And they're going to say, "Oh, she never came back from America." And they're going to say, "Well, we're not going to give you a visa."
Oh, but what about the A thing? They said that you can file for an A thing.
The A thing? You mean asylum?
Yeah.
Well, do you fear going back home to your home country?
Yes, I do.
Why do you fear going back to your home country?
A boyfriend.
A boyfriend?
Yeah, very violent one. He keep threatening me and my kids all the time.
Okay. Well, in order to file an asylum claim, you have to show that you're being persecuted because of by the government or that the government can't protect you.
Mm-hmm.
What country are you from?
Jamaica.
Has he ever physically harmed you?
Yes, he does.
Has he ever been arrested for physically harming you?
No, I didn't know.
Have you ever called the police to
No, I'm afraid to.
right. So that's going to be a really tough asylum case. And even just so you know, so your asylum case would be different than the kids. You couldn't do anything for the kids until you actually get asylum, which could take 2 or 3 years. So um, it sounds like a pretty hard asylum case to win because you
Mhm.
have to show that the Jamaican government won't protect you from an abusive husband or boyfriend like him.
Mhm.
So you have to show not just that that he's abusive, but that the government won't protect you. And you've got to have proof. You can't just say it. And if you haven't called the police on him, I don't know how you prove that. That seems like a pretty tough case.
Okay.
I'm not saying you don't have a case, but I think it's pretty hard. I think it's a low chance of success.
All right then.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. Let's say hi to Ali. What do you say,
Hi.
Ali?
Hello, I'm good. How are you, sir?
Great.
Okay, I'm so glad to talk to you, and I really check all the updates on your um YouTube.
Great.
Basically, I'm here for my relative. Okay, she she got married with a U.S. citizen in 2018. Okay, and then she came to USA this year in January. So what happened basically, her husband, he don't want to live with her. This is very sad. So basically she got a 10-year green card, right? But the husband got the green card and he want her to, like, sign a divorce papers, and then he gonna hand over the green card. So if she signed those papers, so is there any like, if she get her green card, so like, when she going for the citizenship, is there any problem for her?
Okay. So um just to be clear, uh her her husband's a US citizen.
Yes.
The husband filed an I-130 petition for her. It took 3 years for her to get here.
Yeah, more than 3 years almost.
So because it was more than 2 years, she got a 10-year green card. And then
Yes.
uh, did they live together for very long before he said, I don't want to live with you anymore? Or did he say it like the day after she landed?
When she landed over there, and basically when she got a visa in her home country, so it took around 6 months. She wait for her, like, like normally, like, the husband will come and she will go to the United States. But unfortunately, there was some issues, like he was not answering the call, and because she got married with him, so she came to the United States and contact her, and he was not answering her calls. And after a few days, he said, like, he don't want to live, and it is so painful for the family, like, they wait for a lot, and she's a girl and she left her country and everyone, all the relatives, to be with her husband. But unfortunately, like, we don't understand what happened, but this is so painful for the family. But she is now in the US, and she asked for her green card. They got the green card, and even they sent the picture of the green card. This is a 10-year green card, but they did not hand over her in her hand, right? They said, just we're gonna send you the papers. Just sign those papers. Once you sign those papers, and then we're gonna give you a green card. So
So
this is
does she not want to get divorced?
basically, her husband don't want to live with her.
I
Basically,
get that. I get that. But is she fighting the divorce? Does she think they should stay married? I mean, he sounds like a psycho.
hmm no, she cannot live with her husband now because he don't want to live.
So,
Right,
so she agrees that the marriage should end, right?
right, right. She agrees. Right, correct.
Okay. So does she have a divorce lawyer herself?
Yes, she do have the divorce lawyer. Correct.
Okay. So that green card belongs to her. That does not belong to her husband. That is her green card. It is
Yes,
not
I
his.
do. Yes, I
Right.
understand.
So
But
her divorce lawyer needs to talk to the judge or talk. If I was I'm not a divorce lawyer. I don't do divorce law. It's horrible.
I
It's
understand.
miserable. Everybody's sad, right? I've never done a divorce case ever. But if
Mhm.
I were the divorce lawyer, I would go to the husband's lawyer and say, "Hey, your client stole my client's green card.
Correct.
Before we talk about getting divorced, before we talk about signing papers, I want that green card to be returned to my client, and you get it from him and you give it to me. If you
Exactly.
don't do that, I'm going to the judge and filing a motion
Mhm.
for contempt or I'm going to sue you for conversion because he stole her property. That's her property.
That's
So
correct.
I would say, look, we're willing to get divorced. We don't want to be around your psycho client, but the whole thing, nothing happens until we get our green card, which is ours. So
That's true.
that's part one. Now, in answer to your question, I think she has a real problem when it comes time to apply for citizenship in that they never really lived together as husband and wife, right?
Hmm.
I mean, I guess he would come overseas and visit her after they got married, or did they just live apart for 3 years while they were waiting for her green card?
No, basically, the marriage was in a different country, so the husband came with the family over there, and he visit many times. You
Hmm.
know, 3 to 4 times he visit. Even in the COVID time, he visit to her wife.
Yeah. So the problem is when she applies for citizenship in 5 years, she's gonna have a hard time proving that it was a real marriage,
Mhm.
because they just don't have much of a history together. So, do I think it's possible? Yeah. It's gonna be hard though. She's gonna have to do a lot of work um,
Mhm.
when it comes time to apply for citizenship
I
because
do understand.
she's gonna have to convince them that it was a real marriage. They're gonna be like, "You guys never even lived together." We've had a few cases like that though. It's approvable. It's just gonna be really hard.
Okay, so what do you suggest? Like, what should we do?
Well, so I would focus on getting whatever proof she has that they were actually married. Like keep every document. He probably kept
Yes.
everything in his name. He probably didn't put her name on a lot of stuff. He sounds like a controlling kind of a person. What
Hmm.
does what does his family say anything about how he's acting? Like, are they on her side or his side?
Basically, his family could save the marriage, but they are on his side. Unfortunately,
Well,
but there is
I don't think we want anyone to save the marriage. He sounds like a psycho. I think she's better off getting away from him. But
exactly, yeah,
if you
that's
could
true.
get like, how many people came to the wedding?
There were more than like 150 people around.
And how
Yeah.
many times after they got married, but before she came to the United States, how many times did he go visit her?
Pardon me, what you said?
Yeah. Between the time that they got married and the time that she came on the green card, which you said was like 3 years, right? How many times did he come to visit her?
Uh, Around 3 times. Three
So
times.
I'd get all that proof. She needs every piece of proof she can get that it's a real marriage, and she needs to
Yeah,
save
of
it
course.
all. She needs to
Hmm.
save it all for 5 years until she can apply for citizenship. And then I would talk to family members. I would talk to people that came to the wedding. I would prove up that it's a real marriage. And then does she have any does she have any texts or recordings of him sort of holding her green card blackmail? Because that would be helpful to have when it comes time to apply for citizenship. Like if she could
Hmm.
prove that he said, I'm holding on to your green card until you divorce me, then he looks like a nut.
Yeah, basically, I was trying to talk with her husband and with his family, and even though, like, her lawyer, he sent an email to them, like, please send her green card, back. Even like, they talked to me and then they back off, they backed off. So we do have all the proof. He came 3 times, and like, it was like a very good thing, right? So even
Yeah.
I was in that wedding, even I was there.
So
So.
Ali, if I were you, while everything's fresh in your mind, because 4 years from now you're not going to remember all this stuff, I would write down every detail because you, Ali, are going to be a really important witness if you're the one talking to the family of the psycho
Mhm.
husband,
Mhm.
because you're going to be able to sign an affidavit that said, we were all shocked when she arrived and he said he didn't want to be married anymore. He did not act normal. I tried to negotiate with the family, tried to help make peace. She asked me to try to see if we could save the marriage. But I mean, he probably has a new wife or girlfriend or something.
Exactly. Basically, he was not getting interest because he basically ruined her life. Because they both belong to the Muslim family, unfortunately, and Islamic law, like they said, like you can't. There's a, like when you end it, so you say three words, like then you can't. So
I divorced you. I
he
divorced
played
you. I
that
divorced.
card. He played that card, and he said, like those three words, that means, like you can't live with the wife. So
Right.
it is, yeah, this is the situation. So we have all those proofs, and his whole family like came to that country, and they got married, and there were a lot of relatives. We have all those proof for everything to, like,
So when the time comes to apply for citizenship, she needs a lawyer. She shouldn't file by herself. Okay.
understood. So thank you so much, Mr.
You're
Jim.
welcome, Ali. Thanks for trying to help her. Have
God
a good
bless you,
day.
sir. God bless you.
See you.
All the best.
Masalama.
Bye
See ya.
bye.
All right. Well, that was a sad little case. Sad little case. Sorry for Ali's cousin. We wish her well. All right. Let's say hi to Yardman. What's up, Yardman?
Yo.
Hello. Go ahead.
Yes. Hi, Jim. How are you doing?
Good. What's up?
Nothing much. I have a couple of questions for you. I'm calling for my friend. He filed in October of 21 for his wife and the two stepchildren. The wife got approved August the 1st, but then they sent a request for evidence because somehow they separated the files, and the two kids are out there on their own.
Sure.
So what should he be doing? Because he sent back the approval notice for the wife, telling them that, hey, these files were attached, how come they're separated?
Well, that's not a big deal. That's not a big deal. Are the wife and the stepchildren overseas, or are they in America?
No, they're in Jamaica.
And is your friend the U.S. citizen? Are they U.S. citizen or a green card holder?
No, he's a U.S. citizen.
Okay, and what did they ask for in the request for evidence for the stepkids?
Well, they send that long list of stuff. So automatically he looked at it and says that this is a stepchild relationship. And one of the things they said is that if the wife have an approval, they want to know why the kids was not included in the package. But they were included in the package.
Did he file separate I-130s for each kid?
Yes, each kid was separate, I-130.
And they filed them all together, and somehow it got broken, and then the RFE asked, hey, why aren't these cases connected?
That is correct. And the numbers are sequential. They're like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that sounds like those morons. Okay, so did he already respond to the RFE?
Yeah, he responded by sending back that kind of orange color paper that they have, and he sent back the approval notice for his wife.
Yeah, it sounds okay. I think it's okay.
Now, the question is, this is delaying it. It's going to be 2 months pretty soon. Is this a case where you could, due to their error, request it be expedited?
You could try, but that's not going to work. When did he file? He filed last October, so like a year ago?
Yeah, October the 1st.
So I wouldn't sweat it. I would just let it play out maybe till the end of the year and then see what happens. Hopefully they'll figure it out.
Oh, but they should be able to get those two files connected, because he sent the notice, the number from the notice for each child on the response that he made.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think it's okay. They're just chilling until they get it approved. I wouldn't sweat it too much.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just wondering, because it looked like one is being processed in Texas and the other one in Potomac.
They're idiots. All right. Thanks, Yardman. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you.
See ya. Let's head to SA. What's up, SA?
Hello, hi Jim. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I have two questions actually. My husband applied for the physician national interest waiver last year,
Mm-hmm.
October of last year. We got our I-140 approved in August, but nothing on our I-485. So the
Mm-hmm.
first question is, he he's also doing a perm through his employer, and we're expecting to get the perm anytime this month or next month. And we're wondering, should we file for a new I-140, or there's no need to do that since we already have an approved one?
I don't know why you would file another one if you already have one that's approved and still valid. I think you're good.
Okay. And then the other question for the approved one, if we don't hear by when, do you think we should file a lawsuit?
Well, do you feel like all the requirements for the national interest waiver for the physician exception have been everything's satisfied? You think?
Yeah, it's the physician where he has to do 5 years in an underserved
Yeah.
area.
He
Yeah,
did all that.
he did all that. Yeah,
When did you file the waiver?
October of last year.
Yeah, I think you're pretty soon. You could sue them. Yeah, I would say when it hits 1 year, I'd sue them. No problem.
Okay, so if it hits
They
1
won't-
year and we don't hear anything back, which is sometime in October, just give the
Yeah,
office a call.
yeah. I don't think USCIS would fight us long on a national interest waiver for a doctor. They don't get too worked up about that. As long as the requirements are met, I think a lawsuit would help.
Okay, that's all I had. Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
You too.
All right, let's see what Vishu has to say. Hi, Vishu.
Hey Jim, how are you, man?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm good. I actually have two questions with you. The first one is like my wife has interview next month, and she want to change the name. And did it impact the ceremony?
It'll slow it down a little bit, but shouldn't be a problem.
The thing is, she only like take out the FNU from the name, like the FNU stuff.
I would do it. Yeah, she should do that. It'll make her life simpler.
But it take time for the ceremony. Yeah, they have to go to the judge.
Where do you live? Which field
Uh,
office is she?
In Sacramento.
Okay,
California.
so yeah, it'll probably take a little bit longer because she'll have to see a judge, but I wouldn't worry about it. That's a busy field office. I don't think it'll take too extra long, and it's worth it to get that off her name.
The other question is a file lawsuit from you guys for my interview waiting. Like I'm waiting for more than 1 year for my interview in Sydney, Australia. And the last summons served on 28th of August.
Yeah.
Until now, I don't hear anything like any stuff from these guys.
Yeah. No, that sometimes they take the full 60 days, so you still have another month to wait.
Yeah, and actually today they release new interview letters and they miss me again. They give to the citizen to till DQ 2022 March, and all the K1. I just only one left till from December 21.
I wouldn't worry about it. The lawsuit, they operate sort of independently of all those postings, so I think you're fine.
Okay, maybe I hear some news within like 13 more days.
Well, you said the 28th, the last defendant got served on August 28th?
Yes, I got the email from you guys like 28th of August. The all defenders are served.
So you still got a month. You got a month from tomorrow.
Oh yeah, so probably I hear like next month.
Yeah,
Like,
I would think next month. Yep.
Okay, so forget about the interview news, yeah.
Right.
All right. So that's all. That's
it,
thank
brother.
you very much.
Bye,
Yeah, thank you very
Vishu.
much.
See ya. All right. Let's say hi to Manuel. Hi, Manuel.
Hi, Jim. Can you hear me?
I got you. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for doing this. This is helpful.
My pleasure.
So here's my situation. I am a legal permanent resident. I got my immigrant visa back in May. I'm waiting to get my green card, which I know is like the formal way of saying I'm a legal permanent resident. So I've been notified I should get it like in the next month or so.
Okay.
And the question is about my girlfriend, wife to be. She's back in Colombia, where we're from.
Yep.
Back in May, when I was about to come, we tried to get her a student visa in hope that once she got here, we could extend her and maybe change her status. But her visa was denied.
Yep.
So now I'm thinking of just getting married and petition for her. So the question is, I have a bunch, but the first one is, since I've been a resident for a very few months, even though we lived together back in Colombia for like 3 years, if I go down next month, marry her, and file, is it going to be like a red flag, or is it going to be legit, or what's your take on that?
You mean, what's worrying you, that she just tried for the F1, or that you don't live together now, or what has you concerned?
The fact that I have just been living here for a very short time and now I'm going, that shouldn't worry me.
No, I wouldn't be worried about that. How did you get your green card yourself?
Through a petition, one of my sisters, F41 category. So I had to wait a long time to get it.
That is a really long time.
But
you must have been young when she applied.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, this is fine. No. If you go down and get married and come back and apply, I don't have any problem with that.
And about the supporting evidence, I know I have to file an I-864 affidavit of support.
Not
and
yet.
I've heard on
not yet.
Not yet?
No.
Oh,
if she's overseas, all you're filing is the I-130 and the I-130A. The affidavit of support you'll do later when it gets to the National Visa Center.
Okay, and that leads me to the next question. I've been hearing, I try to listen to the updates on the wait times and is there a way for anyone to know which visa center is going to be sent to? Because if I hear California times are like forever versus Potomac,
they move cases around all the time. So even if you get receipted to one of the faster ones, they might send it somewhere else. So you can't really play that game.
Okay. And even though I know it's a longer time now than it used to be back I don't know if in your experience or, if I file next month my petition for her, how long is it going to take before she gets called up to the next step before the interview? Or
well, it'll probably be at USCIS for about a year, and then it'll get approved, and then you'll go to the National Visa Center. I think start to finish 18 to 24 months, something like that.
Okay, thank you. And in the meantime, of course, being separated is hard. So I was thinking of waiting for a little bit and then trying to get her another visa, like a tourist visa for her to come, or is that a good idea or not? Or are they going to find out that
they already denied her a non-immigrant visa, an F1? A B1 is is even harder to get. So I wouldn't waste my time with that.
Okay. So what do you say, like, if I try to, I don't know, be here with my resident status 4 months like that, and then go over there?
Yeah, that's fine. But listen, back. You're not going to leave to go get married till after you get your green card, right?
Yes, but according to my USCIS, I got notified it's already produced and it should be coming in the mail. So I'm hoping like next month or something. So
yeah, I don't have a problem
once I
with
get
you.
it.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. I like the idea of you going down there, getting married, coming back, staying for a month or two, coming back, hanging out for 4 or 5 months, then go back for 2 months, then come back. That's fine with me.
Okay. So that's like my only bet to bring her, because
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you tried the fast route and it didn't work, so it's not going to work for sure next time.
Okay. And last but not least, and I appreciate all your answers, of course.
You're fine, bud.
The other plan we were having, it's I'm in Texas. I'm in San Antonio. So she has a possibility of going to Mexico to stay there for like study and live there and do something, and it'll be closer for us to see each other because I can just take an hour flight and stuff. Is that going to affect in any way when National Business Center calls her? I know that the embassy is going to be Bogota, Colombia for sure, but are they going to be like asking her, have you been, that she
Yeah. So,
like
so the first,
experience?
the first question will be, what address are you going to put on the I-130? You're going to put her Colombia address, which means then her interview will be in Colombia, like you said. Now, if she lives anywhere for more than 6 months, she has to get a police certificate from that place. So if she's there for more than 6 months, she's going to have to get a police certificate from Mexico, which isn't a huge deal. They might wonder why you picked Colombia if she's living in Mexico, but if it's sort of a fluid situation where she's going back and forth between Mexico and Colombia, I think it would be okay.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what I got. I guess I'm going to wait for my green card to come and go down and get married.
Congrats, Manuel. Have a safe
Thank
trip,
you,
buddy.
Jim.
See you, buddy.
Thank you so much.
All right. That was Manuel. He's got some interesting questions for me. Let's see who's next. Let's say hi to Arslan. Hi, Arslan.
Hey, Jim, how you doing, man?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much. I spoke to you last time, and you was with Daniel. My green card expires on January 26, 2023, upcoming year. But I have some emergency. I studied overseas in Russia, so they're not allowing me to take online classes. Before I was taking online classes, so I have to file for the condition removal within this next month in the October 28th. So right now I need to go back to Russia, otherwise they will like rusticate me from the college because I'm not there. They want me to be there. So what are the possible options for me? Is that possible that I can just fill out all the paperwork and everything and just hand it over to my wife so she can mail it to USCIS? And once I get the 18 months extension letter, she can mail it to me, and then, there will be no problem for me to come back. What is your suggestion on that?
Why are you going to Russia? I don't understand.
Oh, I'm studying there. Before I moved to US, I was studying medicine over there. So it's my last semester before I get graduated. No.
Okay, when does your 2-year green card end?
It ends on January 26, 2023.
And when do you want to leave to go to Russia?
I want to leave as soon as possible. If I'm able to leave like upcoming 3 days, I will, because my college is making a big deal. They don't want me to stay here. They want me to be taking classes in person.
When are you going to come back?
And I'll be graduating at the end of I would say at the end of Feb or maybe in the middle of March, 2023.
Okay, so October, November, December, January, February, March. You can't be gone for more than 6 months.
Yeah. But in the meantime, I have to file for my, conditional green card, like condition removed. I have to file for the conditions to be removed from my green card.
First of all, I mean, I don't think you should go to Russia. I wouldn't go to Russia right now. I mean, they're conscripting people into the army. I don't know why. I don't even know that it's safe for you to go to Russia.
I mean, it's like Kyrgyzstan is Russian state, but it's not the main Russia. But I'm just traveling to Kyrgyzstan.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, are we in agreement that you're not going to be outside of the United States for more than 6 months?
Yes. I shouldn't be more than 6 months. That's I'm pretty aware of that.
Then the question is, do I have to be physically present in the United States in order to file the 751, or can my wife file it while I'm gone?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that question. And then they're giving 2-year extension letters now, not 18 months. So then could I I think from an immigration standpoint, what you're proposing is just opening up the door to lots of problems. Why are you living away? Why are you living apart from your spouse? Why do you want to be gone for so long? Why are you going to Kyrgyzstan? Why?
Because it's my study there.
Yeah, but that's a reason, but it's not a good reason. It's a reason but it's not one they're going to care about. They want people to reside with their spouse. They want people to file their 751 while they're in the United States. You're just giving them all kinds of things to hit you over the head with on when they decide whether or not to approve the 751.
So that won't be a good idea to leave without filing.
From an immigration standpoint, the things that you're proposing don't make a lot of sense and can only hurt you.
Okay, because I was thinking like I'm gonna file in the October 28, right? That's a 90 days window open after 28, right?
Yeah.
So if I leave in the next week, I mean, I can sign and everything. I handed over everything, all the paper get together, and on the day of
that's
28.
better. That's better. I'd rather you be physically present in the United States when you file the 751. You can leave a couple days later. I'm okay with that. It's not. I'd rather you stay the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think from an immigration standpoint, I mean, your name's Arslan Shani. You're asking for all kinds of trouble. What have you been doing in Kyrgyzstan? Why are you there? Are you spying on the United States? Are you really married? Why would someone leave their spouse for 6 months? We think you're a spy. We're going to sit on your case for 3 years. That's what you're inviting to happen.
So the better option would be to just leave after filing, after mailing all the paperwork to the USCIS. Then I can leave after.
No, that's not the best option. The best option would be to stay in the United States until you get the extension letter, then go. That from an immigration standpoint, and then not stay out for more than 6 months. That's the best.
Okay, that's a pretty tight option for me, so there's no any flexibility on that.
But no offense, I don't care about your medical school. All I care about is immigration, right?
Yeah.
If you want to call another show to talk to them about medical school, that's fine. But from an immigration standpoint, all I care about is preserving your conditional residence, getting the conditions removed, and setting yourself up for a smooth N400. It's like sometimes I say to people, it's almost like you lit yourself on fire and said, "Hey, USCIS, look at me. Look how crazy my life is. Please make sure to spend extra time looking at my case. Like, how could I draw any more attention to myself?" It's like you're just handing them lots of reasons to beat you up, and I don't want you to do that.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And the last question, sir, I have, which is if I left the country after getting the extension letter, what about the fingerprints? Like, do I have to come back for the fingerprints, or I can do in overseas in U.S. Embassy?
No, the U.S. Embassy in Russia is closed. They're not going to let you do biometrics. That's a whole other point. You should actually stay here until you get your biometrics notice. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah. I mean, the Kyrgyzstan U.S. Embassy is still open. They're working on the K1 and all those cases, but in the Moscow it's closed. But the part where I am going, the embassy is open.
Okay, so they are going to be in no hurry to do your biometrics at the embassy. Like, to think that you can't rely on that as a possibility at all.
And sometimes they do waive off the fingerprints because
they do.
Right?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, okay. All right.
But you can't rely on that.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Thank you so much, Jim. And
all right, good luck, Arslan. Yep, see ya.
Wonderful day, sir.
Yeah, I'm always going to advocate for the immigration case. I don't mean to sound like a hard ass, but I don't care about people's lives. What I care about is getting people their green card, getting people's conditions removed, getting people their citizenship. That's what I care about. That is all that I care about. So I am not going to ever let you pick life stuff over that. All right, let's say hi to Boss. Hello, Boss. You're on mute, Boss.
Hello, sir. Can you
Hi.
hear me? Yeah.
I can hear you.
I'm sorry. For security reasons, I don't want to show my face. I'm sorry.
No
but
worries.
please, I have 3 questions, and I'm from Ghana in West Africa. I currently live in Des Moines with my wife, and it's time for me to remove my conditions. It's gonna be in October. So I was saying that before we used a Bank of America for the I-485. So my wife told me that whenever our account goes to negative, they charge too much on overdraft. So we should cancel that account and then go open some with the credit union. So we have it joint, and then we close the first account. And our life insurance too. It was I we were paying for that before I had a new job, and they offered me a new life insurance. So for the first one, for the I-485, we used the one we were paying for. But currently, I want to use the one that my job offered me. So I just want to know if it's not going to create any problem from my filing, please.
I think those are just fine. I wouldn't be worried about that. Do you actively use the credit union account that you and your spouse have? Do you pay bills out of it? Is it a account that you put money into and take money out regularly?
Sure, that's where our salary passes through.
And what about your spouse?
Well, she for her health reasons, she's not actively doing any job, but she has a cleaning company, and that's what she's depending on. So it doesn't come like a salary, but it comes like an income that he takes sometimes in a daily basis. Sometimes she takes cash and she can deposit into the account too.
But it goes into that credit account.
Yes, please.
Credit union. Oh yeah, that's fine. Especially, if you have a history of Bank of America, Bank of America, Bank of America, credit union, credit union, credit union, I think that should be fine.
Yeah, but the Bank of America, we closed it down. That's why I'm asking if.
Right. No, I get it. So, but what I'm saying is,
right,
you had a certain amount of time with Bank of America, and then you had stopped with them and started with the credit union. I think that's plenty.
All right. And so my second question is, she filed for kids from Africa, and they asked of in Ghana we have a biometric birth certificate, and that one you apply with the at birth one. We have the one when I think the day of birth. I think 7 days later they give you a small one, and then you go to the birth and death registry and then do a biometric one. That one is used for passports. So we applied with that one for the kids, but they send an RFE that they need the smaller ones. And so I replied the RFE, but we've still not heard from them.
That's okay. I mean, when did you file the I-130s?
It was in June 2021.
And when did you get the RFE?
August 24th, 2022.
And when did you reply?
I think 2 weeks later. So it was 16th. 16th.
So that was 11 days ago.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not going to be anytime soon. It's going to be a couple months.
Okay, right. So that is it for now. So I think I'm fine.
All right, boss. Sir. Good luck, buddy.
God bless
see ya. Yep, for sure. All right. Let's say hi to Hamza. Hamza, are you with us? Hamza. You're on mute, Hamza. I think you might be frozen. Hamza, are you with us? All right. Let's try Zufashan. Zufashan, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, Jim.
How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Great. Salam alaikum. What can I help you with?
Actually, my husband came here on H-1B visa, and he came on in 2017, September 2017.
Okay.
Then we applied for green card in 2018. And it was approved, in 2018. With family, we have a family of 5. I have 3 kids, and now everything was going very smoothly. And then in 2020, I think it was 2020, we all have the interview for green card. And it was went well, and the person who was taking our interview, she said that I want to give you right now the green cards, but because of the retrogress, I can't the green cards. Can't issue the green cards. And then we came and we were waiting, and then COVID happened, and then after 2 years, we got the notice that your interview is cancelled. And
Okay.
my husband approached to the ombudsman, and everywhere we were calling that we have had the interview and it was went well, but nobody was answering about this thing. And the things are going delayed and delayed. And after then we got a notice that you are scheduled interview, your interview is scheduled for for my for my husband only.
Mm-hmm.
And they and now my husband is when he arrived to give the interview, it is I think it's just few days back, they have taken the interview. It happened on 2nd September 2022, just now.
What's your priority date on the I-140?
uh, Priority date, uh, 2018.
2018
You were asking about, yeah.
for the I-140.
I-140, yes.
You filed the I-140 in 2018.
Yeah,
What country are you from? India.
Pakistan.
And is it EB? What is it? EB what? 1, 2, or 3?
EB3, EB3.
Okay. So
And now it's 2022. And now they have taken the interview of my husband only. And when my husband asked that what is, I mean, it's a very smooth case. Her mother, his mother is a US citizen. His sister is US citizen, and all the family members are here. I mean, my husband's family members lives in America, uh, and only the one brother just got from the family. I think that is called F4 category.
let's forget all that. I don't care about all that stuff.
Mhm.
Where did your husband have his interview a few days back?
It's in Sacramento,
And
homeland.
what did they? I mean, the visa's current, so I don't know what the problem is. What did they say?
They just only said that actually the person who take your interview, he raised some questions, and that's why we are calling you. We are taking your interview again. And then he gave him the I mean recorded uh, sworn record of sworn statement. He take the
And what kind of things did they ask about in the recorded statement?
it's just it's a simple question they are asking that these in these dates did you come America before and like this, and he gave all the answers very honestly. And he said yes, because we have this the family here, that's why I came. And he told the first time he came in 1998, and on some job from Pakistan.
Okay,
So
so what's your question for me?
the question is this, that he said okay, he has given everything, and now still the case is pending. EB3 is current, and we don't understand what should we do, because still they are nothing is coming. They are not. He has not given us any. I mean. Green card, and still we are waiting, and this the status is showing pending. So do we have to do something else or just wait for it? Because another letter comes for I-485 J supplement, and it's also approved.
Okay, I wouldn't worry about it. I think you're fine. I'd just sit tight, give them a couple months to decide the case. If they don't have a decision by the end of the year, then call me and we'll sue them. But
Okay.
otherwise, I think you're just waiting.
Okay, so do you think it's a normal that they are taking so much time? Why they are taking so much time? It's nothing. It's a very smooth case. We have everything timeline, and we have provided.
Because they discriminate against people from Pakistan. That's why.
Oh my.
and there's all this security checks they have to do. So hopefully you'll get the green card. And then, I mean, the interview was just a couple days ago. I would give it a month or two before I wouldn't even start worrying for a month or two. And then if you get to the end of the year and nothing's happened, then call me back and we can talk about it.
All right. All right.
All right. Thanks, Ufashan. See ya.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, everybody. That will do it for today's show. The next show, if you want to find out when the next show is going to be, it's Thursday at 4 o'clock. Thursday at 4 o'clock. We will see you then. And if you want to get on our text list, text the word show to 314-470-3300. Thanks, everybody, and have a great night.